and welcome back to another episode of Caring About Wrestling. I'm your host, Karen the Intern, and man, oh man, let me tell you, we got an extra special episode for you guys tonight. Say hello to the Professional Wrestling Academy Class of 2024. Say hi, guys. Hey, everyone. So that's our guest for this evening's show. It's going to be a jam-packed night. You're going to learn all about all the folks that are brand new trainees coming up in the wrestling world. You're going to see lots from them in the coming year. All right, I just want to remind you quickly, don't forget about our sister shows, Island Main Event Tuesday and Combat. You want to check those out on 365 Pro Wrestling YouTube channel, and also get all your tickets to the live shows at 365prowrestling.com. All right, like I said, jam-packed show. What do we have tonight? Well, I want to tell you, if anybody knows the history of the Pro Wrestling Academy here on the island, it would be my first guest for the evening. Without further ado, the one and only Ramon Carlton.
Karen, how are you doing? I am absolutely ecstatic to be here tonight. Ooh, this isn't very wobbly chair. That's okay.
How would like it? Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. How you been doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a minute since we've had you on the show.
Yes, it has been a minute since I've been in Studio C. I haven't been doing commentating as of right because I've been doing something a little bit different, but we'll get there.
We will definitely get there. So as I mentioned, you know a lot about the Pro Wrestling Academy. You know a lot about the history of how it kind of, came to be and all of it.
You know what? 100%. Of course, the Pro Wrestling Academy for 365 Pro Wrestling goes all the way back to way before Ramon Carlton was ever around. They found its origins up in Campbell River, British Columbia. Graduates from up there included Vico, Nolan James. You had Elliot Tyler did some time up there. Judas Icarus. I know Travis Williams made some show. Lots of today's up and coming megastars are from the 365 Pro Wrestling Academy.
Absolutely, they are.
But after that, that thing happened, when the world shut down.
Yeah.
Then it opened up.
It did.
And when it opened up, the Pro Wrestling Academy moved down to Victoria, British Columbia, and there it is right now.
Indeed.
At the First Metropolitan Performing Arts Hall, whatever we call it, down the Balmoral Avenue.
Yeah, which is so cool. So if somebody wanted to, say, join the Pro Wrestling Academy, how would somebody go about doing that? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
They go on that little, you said type on it, or you got it on your hand, and you go to a place, you go here, 365prowrestling.com.
That place?
And you can go to Facebook.
Yeah, there
365 Pro Wrestling. You can probably go to YouTube, but then you just see videos and stuff. But anyway, you can find it eventually. But really, it's the Pro Wrestling Academy. Just look it up on Facebook. Look it up on the interwebs, prowrestlingacademy.com, 365prowrestling.com. Right up there. And you send an email and or find one of us, find myself, come find Ramon Carlton at one of our shows, and I'll get to talking to the right people.
Excellent. That's great advice for all of our friends out there who might be thinking about becoming a wrestler. So let's talk specifically about you for a minute, if that's all right.
Oh, absolutely.
So since I have been a part of 365 Pro Wrestling, I have seen you take on a number of different roles.
Yeah.
The first one was ring announcing. That was kind of the first time I saw you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you're managing Lax Siddhartha.
Lax Siddhartha, the Lord's Warrior. It's my absolute honor and privilege to manage that monster. I'm not sure if manage is the right way. I have a little friend that lives in my pocket called Point. And it tells me what to tell him, and that is the way, and it does. But anyways, Lax Siddhartha.
Yeah. And now, what I've seen in the last little while is you're spending a little more time, in the ring as well, or participating.
So you remember back a few months ago, it was in September or something, that really mean guy, Polonius Harlequin, and his silly little mittens, and they kept doing mean things to me. It was like I was living the same day over and over. It was very traumatizing, Garret. I was very traumatized. Anyways, I took matters in my own hand. Lax Siddhartha made a suggestion. He looked at me and he said, "Oh, Mo, yes, sir." No, same. Oh, okay. And so I did. And so I have been. And guess where I've been training?
At the Pro Wrestling Academy.
Oh yeah, Ramon Carlton's been training at the Pro Wrestling Academy, and I am absolutely excited because I've been learning some things, and I've been learning to duck, I've been learning to punch, grab, a couple of things of doing some flips of the monkey style. Ooh, yeah, it's getting exciting. It is absolutely getting exciting, Karen. Ooh, yeah.
I am 100% loving this journey for you, but I want to ask you a little bit more about your relationship with Black Siddhartha. So you mentioned that there's like an amulet or a coin that you use.
Who told you that?
You just did a few
I didn't. Why would you say that? You're not supposed to know about. How do you know about that?
Okay.
The sister mentioned some shenanigans and stuff.
Moving on then, I guess if that's a no.
Well, no, it's fine. If you're going to bring it up, I ain't going to bring it up. The point is, I may or may not, I do, but I may or may not have a coin that probably, it does, help me guide Black Siddhartha into doing things that it tells me it wants Black Siddhartha to do.
Interesting. And so Black has an awareness about this coin and your use of it.
You think I'm crazy? Of course, he sees it. He doesn't really know what he does. He wave it. He kind of goes into a trance. I was like, he goes, whoop.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've seen that. Okay.
And then I go 5, and then he picks people up and they die.
I have also seen that, especially in that hardcore match.
Yeah.
A few weeks back, that was pretty epic
Mm-hmm.
that perspective. So obviously the coin was doing its job because
well, yeah, the coin did his job, but then there's that other guy that wasn't doing his job. That Kane's guy and his friend there. I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his wife or whatever she is. And she's mean.
She is. I'm a little afraid of her. I'm not gonna lie.
You should be. She's like for no reason whatsoever. She like took her chain.
I actually interviewed the Kane family not that long ago, and I have to tell you, it was a remote interview, and I'm glad that it was.
That's probably a smart idea.
I was a little nervous to have them in the studio with me. I'm not gonna lie. So, okay, so. Is there a move that you, as a training, as a wrestler training, is there a move that you're most excited to execute on another wrestler? Is there like a move that you have in your head that's like, once I learn how to do that, that's gonna be it for me?
Yes.
Okay. Will you share?
Probably. No.
Okay. That's totally fair. I thought I was.
I mean, I've already alluded to it. If you were listening, you would have picked up what the move perhaps would be if I was to do any kind of flipping.
Okay. All right. So are you planning to wrestle in the purple blazer?
No, this thing cost me lots of money. I had to go home in Monte Carlo. I moved recently, by the way. I'm in Monte Carlo now. I had to leave Rome. Different story we're often talk about, but I had to move to Monte Carlo. Anyway, but no, like this costs a lot of money. So no, I can't wrestle in this. I have specially designed shirts that are on order right now.
Fantastic.
Like little thingies. You got straps and little purple things, and there's the fancy black pants coming.
Ooh, fancy black bands. That's exciting. Okay, so I have one more question for you, and then I think it's time for us to bring in our next guest. But the question is, and I know you've already answered this one, but maybe your answer's changed in the meantime, whatever. I don't care. I want to ask it anyway. What's your favorite dinosaur and why?
Oh, okay. You know what? They warned me you were going to do this, and you really think I would have studied and done the homework, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the standard answer. I can't say brontosaurus because technically they don't exist. And everybody says the floppy flying one. I'm going to say I like the stegosaurus.
Good old.
Because he has what's it called, the thoramizer or whatever they named it after the guy from the Far Side Comics. I just think that's whatever that thing is called.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, I do like the fact that you.
I think the Fifth Dimension just got another person up there.
Well, that's good because maybe the Fifth Dimension just generated our next guest.
Really? Who's our next guest?
Our next guest is Garret.
Garret, oh, I like Garret Jones.
Garret.
Garret, come on in here.
Come on in.
Oh, I love this guy. This is Garret Jones. He's been around 365 pro wrestling for a long, long time. If you've been to our live shows, you know exactly who this guy is. Oh, absolutely, Garret. You've been training hard, bro. Now, have a seat. This is Karen, the intern.
Hi.
It's going to be great.
Have a seat.
Give a few minutes there, folks.
Excellent. All right. So, as I mentioned, we are having a very jam-packed show tonight of all of the class, I don't know what we're calling it, class of 2024.
Yep.
Pro Wrestling Academy wrestlers. This is all very exciting. So, now I have Garret with me. Garret. Sorry, I just called you Garret. I didn't mean that. Garret. Okay. I'm kind of still new here. It's very exciting. I'm very excited.
Me too.
It's going to be a great show. Okay. All right. So, when did you decide that you were going to become a wrestler? What happened in your brain?
So I've always wanted to be a wrestler ever since I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
And then life happened and I should have joined a lot younger than I am now. But then I went to a live wrestling show on my birthday of all days.
How old were you?
Can't remember honestly because I've been to shows on my birthday like 5 times.
Oh, okay. All right. I understand.
The long and short of it is I went to a live show in Victoria on my birthday,
Okay.
and they said, "Hey, do you want to be a pro wrestler?" And this has happened to me 5 times in a row. And then so
They said it specifically to you
no,
or
to
everybody?
to everyone.
Oh, okay.
I should have picked up on the sign, but on the 4th time, I'm like, okay, I just have to go for it. So I contacted 365, and my first training day was December 7th, 2021.
Oh, so you just had your anniversary.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And so you have always wanted to be a wrestler then.
Yeah.
It wasn't like one day you were just like popped in your head, hey, I'm going to be a wrestler. This is like something you've always wanted.
Wanted to do it for a long time.
I love that so much. So, and I love that you're like living out your dream. So I wanted to ask you, because you've loved wrestling for so long, what is your favorite sort of era of wrestling?
Oh, I would have to say way back like Attitude Era.
The Attitude Era way
Yeah.
back? Yeah. And so is there a particular wrestler out of that era?
There's way too many. Like there's like Triple H, Randy Orton, like,
Yeah.
John Cena.
These are all guys that you
like,
love.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. And so besides like in-ring training and the academy, what else do you do to prepare yourself to be a wrestler?
Just get mentally focused and just put my body on the line and just go after it. Because the only person stopping you is yourself. So
That's
you
so
want to
true.
join because you won't regret it.
Yeah, for sure. And I hear like it's a good idea to get the cardio
Oh yes,
because-
I love doing squats, like squats and like sit-ups and all that stuff.
How many push-ups can you do?
I haven't counted in a while, but I did
Like over the course of an entire day, maybe. How many push-ups do you think you can do?
maybe 100,
100 over an entire day? Okay.
maybe more, but
Maybe more.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. And so tell me about like some of the matches you had so far.
I've had rumble matches. I've had single matches with Eddie, and I had single matches with a few other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what was like the highlight of those matches? What's something that you
just
really loved?
Being in there and entertaining fans and just in awe and just in the moment.
I love that so much. Isn't that kind of what it's all about?
Yeah.
Though, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that about pro wrestling for sure. And it seems there's a lot of like community
Yeah.
around this. So that's one of the things I noticed when I joined is like, it feels like a community and you're a part of it. And I just love that.
All the wrestlers, all you guys, the ring crew, we're all a small little family, so we look out for each other.
Yeah. That's so amazing. So, okay. So if you could wrestle anybody in 365, who would it be?
Judith Icarus, Eddie Osborne again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you-
Elliot Tyler.
Another good one.
Yeah.
Those would all be amazing. So if you were wrestling Elliot Tyler, what finishing move did you do to like?
I have a few different ones, but I'm not gonna tell all of them. But I do have I love doing the leg drop and the sharpshooter and a few other ones.
Oh, that's so good. And so do you like more like kind of like offensive moves, or are you into more like say submission holds, or what do you prefer?
I love all types of different ones, so full on.
What do you think you're better at?
I think I'm better at like submissions and like go to.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Just choke them until they submit.
Yeah.
That's great. Choke them till they submit. Okay, so favorite wrestling move overall ever?
The John Cena. I can't pronounce it. Can't remember it.
That's okay. Yeah, sort of mime it for me right now, just sort of like
The one
here.
that on the shoulders and tossing over.
Toss them over. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called either.
The SPF or something.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And so, all right, we're going to have to take a short little break here. But before we go, I heard that you have a big surprise announcement.
Yes, I do. The tag team match with my partner.
Catlin, you guys are going to be a tag team?
Yes.
Don't you guys go anywhere. We are going to be right back with Catlin. And we are back with the Student Spectacular, featuring all the students of the class of 2024 at the Pro Wrestling Academy right here in Victoria, BC. All right, so you just joined a tag team, Catlin.
Apparently I did.
That is a pretty rad. So was this a decision on your part? Was this just, did Garret approach you about it? How did this all go down?
Basically, Garret approached me.
Yeah?
We both want to make a debut, and we figured, why not?
Be a tag team. And so I think I asked you before the break, you guys don't have a name yet?
No, I figured out it.
Okay, I'm already thinking of a few ideas. So are you open to some
Oh, yeah.
suggestions? I love that. Okay, I'm very creative, so this is going to be really, really good. Okay, so I have, of course, as you would imagine, a few questions for you about your training. So when did you start training?
I started at the beginning of September.
Okay, so pretty recently.
Yeah, I'm relatively fresh as it were.
Amazing. And so, kind of tell me a bit about your wrestling journey, like what got you into.
It's one of those things. As a kid, I loved it. I grew up young kid, early WWE and the Attitude Era. Teenage years, just kind of drifted for a rather long time. Then at some point, like 5 years ago, I started watching Lucha Underground. And that was kind of my foot back in the door, because I started seeing all of these lucha wrestlers, a bit of hardcore wrestling. It's kind of a different product than what I was seeing sort of just on TV. It was a little more dirty, a little more underground. And then that got my eyes back on it. Then I started going to some local shows. There was an interview last week where Angie mentioned she went to a show with a trainee.
And she was speaking of you. With that,
Talking to me about me. I brought her to her first show.
love that.
And then she started talking about like volunteering. So I volunteered at a couple shows, helped out, and then I, with her, joined the school.
I love that so much. So tell me about when you first started training, like physically, what was that demanding of
It
you?
is very demanding. I'm kind of lucky. I've always stayed physical. I hike. I always kept my cardio up, but even then, it is brutal. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of squat. After you've done all the squats, you're dead, but you still got to do like an hour plus of moves, no energy. Like it definitely weeds out who doesn't have the drive.
So true, hey? So true. I love that. So I noticed you have some blue hair.
I do.
And of course, Rad Jad is also a wrestler in 365 with blue hair. Do you think you guys are going to have like a blue hair battle at some point?
I don't quite know. Like I've had blue hair probably longer than him.
Oh,
I've been dyeing my hair blue since I was probably like 12
okay.
years old.
Okay.
And it's been a long time now. I've definitely had this hair color longer than my natural color.
That's awesome. So do you do it yourself?
I do it myself, but my mom is a hairdresser, so I kind of grew up around it. So for me, it's not an issue.
So cool. So maybe you could even be like the local, like, if any of the wrestlers need to get there's a few of them there's a few colors of hair out there.
Yeah, the more colors, the better. It's more fun that way.
It's so true. It is so true. All right. So, what has been the most challenging part of training so far?
I think the most challenging is just not getting in your own head when you're doing these things. Like,
So true.
there's a lot of moves where it's like, you just think, can you actually do it? Well, give her, and a lot of times you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, it looks difficult, but just you go through the training and you work hard, and it can be done.
And like testing your limits, hey? Like really understanding like what the actual limits are.
That is important. That definitely is important. You see some people who push themselves a bit too hard at first, and it's a lot, and your body has to get used to it. And if you just go too hard, well, there's
Get injured.
issues. That's it. Yeah.
Have you suffered any sort of injury
Nope.
so far? Well, that's
Lucky
good.
so far.
That's good. That's good. But you must be really looking forward to this first match.
I am very excited.
And when is that taking place?
It is taking place on January 18th.
January 18th at the
Met Hall.
First Met Hall, right? That's so exciting. That is a great venue for you to have a debut, and so it's going to be a sold out crowd. Get your tickets at 365 for wrestling.com. So I want to ask you really quickly, just a couple more questions. So, when I'm like preparing for these interviews, I have to like face your social media a little bit, which I did. And I saw that there's a lot of things related to circuit boards on your social media. And so I wanted to quickly ask you about that. What's going on?
That was a workshop I did a couple months ago when we wired together our own sequencers for modular synthesizer gear.
What? I just
So-
bought a sim.
Yeah, like I had never done that before. It was a grueling workshop, but 200 solders later, I had a working sequencer to work with my gear. So
Amazing. So, are you a musician then as well?
yes, I tend to go towards the electronic live gear. Like I have a modular synthesizer, drum machine, some samplers.
Amazing. Like I said, I just bought a sim. A mini log. I don't know.
Mini log.
Yeah, I call it the Kylie mini log. Like, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, suffice it to say, I have no idea how to use this thing. So I'm thinking now, I'm like, oh, the stars have aligned. And you just like drifted in, and now all of a sudden I'm thinking to myself, maybe you can help me.
It's actually a good something.
I would love that. I would really love that because I really have no idea what I'm doing. So that's great. And also the fact that you're a musician, I just love that too, because I find that there's a lot of crossover with wrestlers and music.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot as well. There's a lot of people I've noticed at the academy. You talk to them about their hobbies, and it's a lot of and it's various styles. It's definitely a lot of different types of music, which is nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that so much. So you could potentially write your own entrance music then. Ooh, if you need me to sing a hook, I'm in. All right. So one more question, and then we are going to bring over our next guest. So what is your favorite dinosaur and why?
There are too many dinosaurs.
So true.
I am going to name a rather newer one. I hope I don't butcher the name. frazzle coat rack, and it was found in the Amazon, and it's basically a giant pterodactyl, like 36+ foot wingspan. Like when these things were in the air, it must have been impressive.
Right? Like dragon size, bigger.
You know where dragons came from, basically.
So true, so
Like,
true, yeah.
You encountered those skulls a couple hundred years ago. You were just like, dragons.
So true. All right, that was an excellent answer, and I'm definitely going to look that up. So, because I'm very, very interested in that one now. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me,
Thank you.
Alan. That was so fun. That 8 minutes went really fast.
Oh,
I'm sure we're gonna have you back again as you guys all progress as wrestlers and start to yeah, for sure. Best of luck to you on the 18th as well. Whoa, Gary, you just kind of came out of nowhere. That's crazy. But it's great that you're here too, because I wanted to ask you one more question before we bring on our next guest. And that question is, do you have any idea who you're going to be wrestling again?
Yes, we have been told who we are wrestling, and it's going to be Ramon Carlton.
Whoa, 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 what? Whoa, 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 how come I haven't been informed about this? What? Nobody said.
I was informed the other day.
What? I think that commissioner as well.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Lots of things are happening here on Caring About Wrestling. I think this is like the most exciting show we've probably ever had up to this point. The matches are getting made right here, right now. All right. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Catlin, for joining me, and best of luck on the 18th. It's going to be awesome, I'm sure.
It'll be in.
Awesome. All right. Thanks again for joining me.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Good.
You're on break.
And we're on break. And we are back. Let me tell you guys, Caring About Wrestling is off the hook this week. I'm having many guests tonight, and currently Jared. Hi, how are you?
Howdy, I'm good. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you for sure. So you are a student at the Pro Wrestling Academy, class of 2024. That's very exciting. When did you join? How long have you been involved?
It would have been middle of the summer, I think. So yeah, 5 or 6 months or so.
Excellent, excellent. So tell me a little bit about how that all kind of came about for you. Is it something you've always wanted to do, or were you just like, oh, I'm going to be a wrestler?
Yeah, I think it's when you start watching like 365 shows, it's hard to not wonder what it would be like to be up there. It's hard to not be excited to get up there and try and get involved with it. So
Oh, true, so true. Trust me, my journey too. Although I am not going to be
no,
a wrestler. No, I have these little tiny old lady wrists, so it's probably not in the cards for me genetically. Just not in the cards for me. But for you, evidently, yes. So, which pro wrestler, dead or alive, sort of inspires you the most?
oh man, because there's so many great ones. It's hard to tell. I don't know. I grew up outside of Canada, so I think growing up, I always gravitated towards the Canadian wrestlers. Just
Okay, yeah,
homesickness, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
Like Chris Jericho, Edge and Christian, Chris Stratus,
yep, yeah. The heart.
Yeah, oh, of course the Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of started watching, like, I guess around the Attitude Era, so, like, but yeah, Bret Hart, amazing, legend.
For sure. Yeah, I'm from Calgary originally, so I used to actually watch Stampede Wrestling
Oh, nice.
and the Forum. Yeah, so yeah, anyway, yeah, good old times. So your wrestling style in the few months since you have kind of been training, do you think it's like evolving, or do you think that it's kind of you're just like accentuating what you are already doing? Like, is it changing as you're going?
Yeah, definitely. I think every class we're learning something new, and we're building on the stuff that we already know. It's an exciting process of putting it all together, I think.
That's
So-
awesome.
Definitely changing over time.
That's great. No, I think that's what you got to do, right? do you sort of have in mind like the type of wrestler you want to be?
I just want to win fights.
Just
So
want to win.
whatever it's
That's
gonna take.
great. I love that. I love that. So so we just had like some tag team situation here, right? That was all very exciting. Match is happening right in real time. Not happening, but the match is getting made in real time. So would you ever want to be a part of a tag team?
Oh yeah, it seems great. Just, you're working together. You're becoming simpatico. You're getting on the same page and
Love that.
coming up with team moves and stuff like that. Yeah, it seems great.
So are there any current 365 wrestlers that you are like, I would like to be a tag team partner with that guy or girl?
I think a lot of the folks who are well established are already established in teams, but there's some students that I think I would be excited to tag on.
Okay. Do you want to share?
I don't know. It might be a spoiler. It might be a
It's
spoiler.
it's like revealing your crush.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But I don't know if we're there yet, but watch this space.
That's fantastic. Yeah, you never know. It could be a big announcement right here on Cared About Wrestling. Okay, so have you thought about finishing moves or signature moves that you might want to adopt?
Yeah, I don't know. It's still early enough that I'm still trying to figure out who I am and what I'm doing, but it's all good. It's all exciting.
What's your kind of strongest move right now? Would you say?
The strongest move, the ones where you pick them all the way up and put them all the way down. I like a body slam, and I like an inverted atomic drop. Anything that involves putting them high up.
Excellent. So what about you? Do you like getting up on the ropes and
Oh, the thing is, when you're up there, it's really high up. So I'm better at being on the ground than that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So it's not going to be like a legacy situation or like Inferno where it's like.
Those guys can really go. It's so exciting to see.
So what is your thoughts on like the extreme type of matches? Would you want to participate in like a hardcore or death match?
Yeah, that Night of Violence is amazing.
Right.
I think it definitely has a place. Like when you see it, it's like it sticks with you. It's really memorable. So,
It really is. It really is. So, yeah, especially like if you're like close up enough that you're like really,
if you're in the splashdown,
yeah, I would not want that. I would not want that at all. And the last match that we saw that was a little more hardcore was the fan from the Western
yeah,
too. So
absolutely.
there was some crazy stuff in that ring that night. Like I saw some stuff that I was like, I don't understand. And Crofton getting his head like just like
Oh my goodness. Have you heard how he's doing? Is he doing okay?
I assume he's fine. I haven't heard anything otherwise. So I'm
He's a tough guy. He's a tough
He is, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm getting the thumbs up from production. He's fine, which is good. Okay, so what about interests outside of wrestling? And I'm sure wrestling takes up a lot of your, uh, but is there anything that you?
Limited storage space up there.
Me too, I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I like drawing. I'm a big like visual arts guy. I think that's a lot of fun. I'm a big dork. I don't know.
I like that. So tell me a little bit more about the drawing. Like, is there a particular style that you enjoy, or?
Yeah, I've always been interested in comics ever since I was a kid. So yeah, I like drawing little comic sort of doodles and things. I'm getting more into painting, like landscapes and stuff like that. So,
Wow.
yeah, I don't know.
Wow. So did you go to school for art at all, or just like kind of art in high school type situation and that kind of?
It's like a lot of self-taught, and I kind of stopped taking art classes after high school. But my mom's been a visual artist for longer than I've been alive, so I think it's
Hey,
yeah.
runs in the family.
I think it was like easy to take up and like be interested in it from an early age.
Nice. So what about like sculpting or pottery, any of that kind of art?
Yeah, I've dabbled with it. Like that's my mom's a potter, so yeah, my house is full of mugs.
Great.
Yeah, it's all good. I always found myself more drawn to just drawing and painting, but it's all interesting stuff for sure.
That's very cool. So if you were doing merch as a wrestler,
Mm.
then I guess you could just like have all this like really cool like mugs.
Yep.
You can make your mom will do it's like a sweatshop situation. You get your mom like working away and making mugs.
Right? Yeah,
Maybe she can make little model clay figurines of you.
yeah. Action figures.
Wrestling, yeah.
Can't really pose them, but
No, but they would they would have a high artistic value. I
Mhm.
think you could sell them for a lot at auction maybe.
What about like a teapot, like a branded wrestling?
Oh, yes. I think there are a lot of wrestlers that do enjoy a little tea every once in a while.
Soothing.
It is. It's very soothing.
Good for the time of year.
Cool. Yes, I agree. All right. We got time for one more question. Favorite dinosaur
Mm.
and why?
I'm gonna have to go with Triceratops.
Triceratops. We love that. How long?
Because they're just little guys.
They are just little guys.
Not like
Well, I mean, it's relative. In
yeah,
sort of a
like
sense.
emotionally, I think they're just little guys.
They're emotionally little guys. Okay, this is the first on Caring About Wrestling is discussing the emotional state of the dinosaurs that we're talking about. Like most people talk about the physical attributes
Well,
of the
yeah.
dinosaur,
They got those horns.
but you've gone a little deeper than that. And I just think that's special. Yeah.
Triceratops.
Love it. Love it, you guys. All right. Okay. So I can't believe how fast that went. We've got a lot of guests tonight. So, but promise me that you will come back and we'll just do a full episode on you at some point.
Thank you.
Excellent. You're going to be around on the 18th for the show?
Absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So,
You're gonna do good. Thank you.
thanks for joining us, Darren.
Couple things. That's what Staggermeister. The Staggermeister. That's
Staggermeister?
yeah, it's actually a thing. You can look it up. Next thing. Yes, I'm still holding. Okay. The next thing. We're out of time for this week's show.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. We're just out of time. There's no more time for this show.
Okay. All right. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
We do have some other.
Wait. No, I'm still holding. The music changed. I thought it was something wrong.
Okay. There's other wrestlers though, so I guess we're gonna have to make a part 2. So, you guys, next week you should come back for part 2.
Wait. No.
Next week you should come back for part 2 of Caring About Wrestling, where I interview Kaisa and Sandra, and maybe we can even convince Becky. Who knows? Who knows what the possibilities are? You guys don't want to miss it. We'll see you next time.
I'm holding here. Yeah, I'm in here the whole time. It's a Ramon Carlton. I'm here. I'm holding for the clip. Yes. How much longer is it going to be? Oh, he's making a ruling right now. Yes. Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt you?
I was just saying goodbye to the folks. We'll see you next time on Caring About Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm holding.